My dear voters, I'm standing in Botany constituency. Uh, I'm here to request not to give away your votes for 3 long years when you can use it like bank ATM card every day. It's true. We, the citizens, are #1 bank account for the entire electoral system. But you don't know how to use it for everyday use. That's why politicians know it better. Rather, we are trying to give the power to a non-flexible party binding politician who can only use it for party purposes, and he can try to convert the country into his people of his party policies. Party and all political philosophies and representative governments have taken us to bankruptcy. As we are saying with the empty treasuries all over the world, they want to continue with the same world systems. They want to govern the country by very simple systems which are totally controlled by you. Before that, I talk about my belief. I totally believe in people and their simplistic day-to-day knowledge. That's my strength. That's the strength of the people. Whatever politicians project themselves into, it's the knowledge and hard work of our people which are superior to any authorities. My concern in the present political system of not only our country but other major advanced countries is that of neglect of people's voices after the elections. For example, what happened in anti-smoking law when people's opinions were neglected and rulers' childhood dreams were enacted? Do we have any say in the legislation? Yes, theoretically. We can have a referendum. It is a time-consuming and costly process, but still it's not binding on the parliament. So, whichever party comes to power, they take our votes, and when they go to the parliament, they work for their parties rather than for us, the common people and the real bosses. When they come back to us after 3 years, we have to choose between the lesser evil of the parties. In this scenario, we can choose the best and make them continuously abide by our voices. What is that scenario? I have been searching for an answer all these years. In the last election, I found a sort of an answer. You poll, electronic polling on all legislations is the answer, combined with you polling for the general elections. I stood in the Manukau East constituency in 2005 with that plea to the voters. At that time, my voice was among very few. Now, this view is gaining momentum not only in our country but also in many Western nations, especially when such big bang decisions are taken by a ruling elite, emptying trillions of dollars of taxpayers' money. Maybe 700 billion in this way, and in UK some trillions, and Europe. Okay, I don't want to go into the details. I presented my paper Today conference at Macquarie University, Sydney, where allied professors of philosophy from all over the world gathered. The individual citizens have unique characteristics. They have great powers and knowledge, but a collective system for the convenience of rulers makes them common people. It makes them lose their own identity. How to avoid that? When can the best in each and every person be brought out? We have a system where citizens are told what's right and what's wrong by a few rulers. We give them a mandate to do that for 3 years. What if people as bosses of democratic government are empowered to say what's right and what's wrong of the rulers on a routine basis? I have my opinions, policies and programs for you and for me, for the people, for the nation. But I feel it's not that way. I'm just a drop in the ocean of the knowledge of my electorates or my citizens of this beautiful country. If I were to believe my electorates, I should admit that they are the most knowledgeable because they get everything first hand. The government acts only retrospectively. A democracy is supposed to be run collectively by citizens. The whole democratic political philosophy and systems were adjusted because direct participation of people was not possible. I don't think knowledge and the affairs of the nation was one of the limiting reasons. The limiting factors were time and space. People can't go and discuss or vote on every legislation because Parliament is in a fixed place, and our people have got duties to attend to. Even the referendum is a very difficult process because of this reason. Just count the referendums we have had in this country, quite a few, only a few. Now, where's the fund to remove the limiting factors that of time and space with internet and technology? Experts who've revisited the entire democratic process say the true form of democracy is possible now with electorates voting and polling on each and every issue in Parliament. My beloved electorates, are you ready for the change now? For lack of space and time, I make it precise. I want to make e-polling, e-voting on every legislation and major decisions of government mandatory. This will be the basis of e-governance and e-democracy. We have the technology even today, but there is no will on the part of the members of Parliament. You must have seen the New Zealand Herald article on 22nd of September this year. Internet struck with a vote of no confidence. According to the Chief Electoral Officer's suggested timetable, the first trial of voting using the internet is not likely until the 2014 general election. Further trials are recommended for at least the following two general elections before internet voting is made widely available in 2023 at the soonest. This is just about internet voting for general elections, my dear citizens. What I talk about is internet voting on all issues in Parliament. When will it happen? If it is left to the offices, then it won't come in this generation. My friends, there is no political will as the political parties will be affected by these changes. They don't even know they will be benefited, but they all think they will be affected. So they won't bring it in. Where is the solution? I take it head on. If you elect me, if elected, I will create an e-voting platform for my constituency as a role model for others to follow. I say it has to start somewhere. Why can't it be in our Botany constituency? This is the most knowledgeable constituency. I think my constituents can vote on every issue in Parliament through internet if it is enabled. When it is enabled, I will reflect the majority of opinion of electorates in Parliament in every legislation. I will not impose my will. The collective will of my voters will be my decision in Parliament. So it's different. You vote on issues in Parliament. We go into the details later on. But as it is, you got a platform to vote on. It's through internet. You decide about anti-smacking, something else. You just click and I get the numbers. I vote in Parliament on the issue based on the majority of your votes. This is the direct form of a democracy as it is possible today. But it can be still further later on. But we have to start somewhere else. So this is the chance for you, Botany electorates, to change the power equations from politicians to people. So what we are talking here is about changing the representative form of government. It's not changing. Actually, the MPs act as messengers to you. That is the thinking of the fathers of the Constitution. But because there's a time and space limitation, it happened to be like this. But we are trying to change it because we got the technology now. You can be a role model to the entire country. You can lead the entire world, or you can be just the same voter squad between two big powers without alternatives. If you don't decide in this way, probably we'll be going through the same procedure, the same policies, two big national or some other form of parties will come and say this is the policy. They go back and it becomes inflexible. Once they are in power, so many issues will come up, but nobody can change their mindset. It will be fixed. The decision is yours, but your decision will affect your children, friends, your community, and your future generations forever. If you made the right decision here is to vote for me, because I'm representing change, and it's for e-democracy. Nobody else is willing to do that. Even if they are willing to do that, they belong to a party. That party won't allow them to do that. So show them a way that botany is separately showing them a path rather than them showing as a path, because it's a old beaten path we don't want to go on. Then you have shown the right direction to the future generations to move forward. This is a chance. Thanks in advance for your wise decision. That's a gift you are giving to the future generations. Thank you very much. Thank you.